already studied it. So let us first see the Kruskal's method of finding minimum cost spanning tree. So this is Kruskal's algorithm of finding minimum cost spanning tree. This one is Kruskal's algorithm of finding minimum cost spanning tree. कोई इसके रूट बता दे. कोई इसके रूट बता दे. How will you find minimum cost spanning tree using Kruskal's method? Using Kruskal's method. कोई एक रूल बता दे.
Sir, can I?
कौन है? हर्ष कुमार.
हर्ष गोविंद.
हर्ष गोविंद. चलिए आप भी बता दीजिए.
Sir, we have to select the edges in ascending order, and we have to discard the edge which is forming loop.
Yes, so you can say that it will have three steps. So first step it will be you will first step will be step one will be select the edges in ascending sequence. Ascending sequence means the edge whose length is minimum. Select that edge first. Select the edges one after another in ascending sequence. That is step 1. And then you can say step 2 will be now you join the edges. Step 2 will be now you join the edges, and the edges which are forming circuit, those edges should be discarded. That is step 2. And step 3 will be, step 3 is saying that when will you stop? So Piyush Kumarji, when will you stop? Step 1 we said that select edges in ascending sequence, increasing sequence. And step 2 we said that join the edges of step 1 and discard those edges which are forming circuit, which are forming cycle. So what should we say in step 3? Step 3 we will say whatever is the condition that we will stop the joining edges. When will we stop joining edges? Piyush Kumarji?
Yes, sir.
When will we stop joining edges? You have already studied this particular topic. I am just refreshing it. I am just discussing it with you. I assume that it is known to all of you. So when will we, what will we say in step 3? Or when will we stop forming the spanning tree process? Saad Misbah, what should we say in step 3? When will we stop this process, Kruskal's methods process? कोई हैंड रेज किया है. चलिए नम्रता शर्मा, when will we stop? क्या मैं एग्जिट हो गया क्या? Am I audible to you?
You are audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
आप लोग ऐसे बिहेव करते हैं जैसे सारी गलती मेरी है कि मैं क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ आपसे. बहुत बड़ी गलती कर दिया ना. चलिए अभिजीत विश्वकर्मा, when will we stop?
Until we reach all the vertices.
So first way is that let's go for all vertices.
Yes, sir.
If once we cover all the vertices, then we will stop it. So this will be stopped. So step 2, the process of step 2 of our algorithm, it will stop, it will end if once we find that all the vertices were included. Now I am giving you these two graphs. किसी एक को ले लीजिए आप. You see these are edges in ascending sequence. Say you may take graph 1. This is graph 1, graph G1. Graph G1. And for graph G1, say this is graph G1. For graph G1, I want that you take your copy and pen and construct minimum cost spanning tree, like the students having roll number odd roll numbers graph 1 and even roll numbers graph 2. This is graph 2. So even roll numbers, take graph 2, take your copy pen and use Kruskal's method for constructing minimum cost spanning tree. For graph 1, this is ascending sequence of edges. It is given B, C, E, F, A, B, B, F, C, F, D, F, A, F, A, E, C, D, D, E. So these are ascending sequence edges. But now remaining steps, step 2 you follow, keep on joining. Take 5 minutes of time, it is 11:18. And I want that in your copy you should construct minimum cost spanning tree. For graph 1, odd roll numbers, and for graph 2, even roll numbers. Take 5 minutes of time, I want to see all the steps. I just don't want to see the complete graph, that not only. I want to see how you form the complete graph. Graphs are visible on the screen. Screen पे graph दिख रहा है?
Yes, sir.
सिर्फ हर्ष कुमार को दिख रहा है. अनमोल अमृत
Yes,
जी,
sir.
the graph is visible to you on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
odd roll numbers, graph 1, even roll numbers, graph 2. And tell me the whole process, all the steps. Take 5 minutes of time and tell me the whole process of constructing minimum cost spanning tree. It is 11:19 by 11:24. I will like that you should raise your hands. Jiska, the person who completes the work, please raise your hands. After completing the work, please raise your hands. Time is up to 11:25.
Sir, actually, I can't raise my hand.
और रहे क्यों भाई?
सर पता नहीं सर, टीम का कुछ ग्लिच है सर. सर आई हैव
चलिए, so
कंप्लीटेड.
we have completed. चलिए, मान लिया आपने hand raise कर लिया. Others, I am waiting up to 11:25. Harsh Govind, you have to construct all the steps.
Yes sir, all the step I have completed.
I am not using black pen.
Not using
Black pen. Black pen का यूज नहीं करना है. बन गया है क्या?
मतलब सर ब्लू पेन से बनाना है.
ठीक है. अरे हम समझते हैं भाई. ये देखिए, फ्रॉड प्रेडिक्शन में ही मेरे कम से कम 3 रिसर्च पेपर हैं.
सर हो चुका
फ्रॉड
है.
प्रेडिक्शन, फ्रॉड प्रिवेंशन, फ्रॉड डिटेक्शन, ये इसमें हमारे 3 पेपर हैं. चलिए अभी 11:25 पे पूछेंगे. आप वेट कर लीजिए. अगर हो गया तो अच्छी बात है. ईमानदारी से हो गया तो भी अच्छा है, और दाएं बाएं से हो गया तो भी अच्छा है. Let others complete and let them raise their hands. Hand raise हुआ भी नहीं. The screen is visible to every one of you. Anybody else who completed other than Harsh Govind? I think no raise hand. I'm waiting for
Yes,
you.
sir.
Raise your hand if you complete it.
Sir,
I
I've raised
want
my
to see
hand.
the sequence. Hand raise.
Sir, actually, it is a glitch from MS Team only, sir. We have raised our hand, but it's not showing to you.
अगर नई MS टीम बनानी पड़ेगी सॉफ्टवेयर बनाना पड़ेगा. हमको तो कोई रेज हैंड नहीं दिख रहा. ठीक है 2 मिनट और वेट करिए. Yeah, let me exit and then let me join back. मैं हैंड रेज करूं देखूं. चलिए कौन कौन हैंड रेज किया? जस्ट टेल योर नेम्स वन आफ्टर अनदर. आई थिंक नाम
सर मी आंचल सिंह एंड
नहीं बोले.
अमृत.
नहीं आप नाम बताइए. हर्ष गोविंद है और उसके बाद
आंचल सिंह एंड अनमोल अमृत.
आंचल सिंह को बोलने दो. आंचल सिंह को बोलने दो.
यस सर.
अच्छा और थर्ड वन कौन है हैंड रेज किया है?
सर मी अनमोल अमृत.
अनमोल अमृत. एक चीज का आप लोग ध्यान रखिए. इट इज गुड दैट हर्ष गोविंद इज अ सीआर बट इन द क्लास द इंटरेक्शन with your concerned faculty member, it should not be through CR. It should be directly between you and faculty members. ये नहीं होता है कि भाई आप faculty members के बीच में कोई और नहीं आता है. आप सीधे faculty members से interact करिए. तो चलिए आंचल सिंह आप you share your screen and you show your screen. I have stopped sharing.
Sir, actually, sir, I have done with phone. Okay, sir.
फोन की स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं होती है. ये कौन सी पढ़ाई है कि फोन की स्क्रीन शेयर कर रही है? अनमोल अमृत यू शेयर. आई हैव स्टॉप्ड शेयरिंग माय स्क्रीन. आप शेयर करिए.
Yes.
व्हाट्स योर रोल नंबर? इवन और ऑड?
Sir, mine is even, sir. 22.
Even means draft 2 you have taken. ठीक है. शेयर योर
Yes.
स्क्रीन. हर्ष गोविंद योर रोल नंबर इज इवन और ऑड?
Odd, sir. Roll number 23.
ठीक है. वेरी गुड. तो अनमोल अमृत यू शेयर. Share your screen please.
Hello, sir. Is my screen visible?
मुझे तो विजिबल नहीं है.
Just a second.
एक बार मुझे
Sir, it's
exit.
visible to us.
Let me exit first. Yeah, now I am able to see your raised hands. Now you share your screen, then maybe it will be visible. Anmol Amrit. Now I am able to see your raised hands. Anmol Amrit, Harsh Kumar and Achal Singh. They have raised hands. Anmol Amrit, now you share your screen. आप share करिए.
Yes, sir. Sir, is it visible now?
आप exit होके आइए तब share करिए.
Okay, sir.
If I share, then डिटेल्स। 1 मिनट रुकिए, कुछ गड़बड़ है हमारे साइड से, हमारे साइड पे ही कुछ गड़बड़ है। Now you can share. Anmol Amrit.
Sir, I have sent in the chat section also, sir.
चैट सेक्शन शेयर करेंगे, बाकी सबको दिखना चाहिए ना।
Okay, sir.
आप शेयर करिए, आप सिर्फ मुझे नहीं एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं, सबको, सब लोग देखें। मुझे तो आता ही है। शेयर करिए स्क्रीन, अगर सबको
Sir,
विजिबल है तो।
sir, share कर दिया sir.
चलिए एक्सप्लेन करिए, मुझे तो नहीं। अदर्स यू आर एबल टू सी हिज शेयर स्क्रीन?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हमने देख लिया।
Yes, sir.
The edges with the vertices with the minimum edge, that is V2 and V3 with edge 5. For the next, we are connecting the edges V2 and V4 because in the ascending order we get the next vertex as 6. In the next step, we get the connection between V2 and V6, which has the edge length as 11 according to our order. And the
Increase the
next,
screen size increase करिए। Now it is visible to me as well. थोड़ा screen
Yes.
size बढ़ा।
yes, and the next we are connecting is between V1 and V2, that is with edge length is 16. And in the final step, we connect V5 and V4 with the edge length 18. So in this way, we have connected all the vertices, and our minimum cost that we get is 56.
Very good. So where is the ascending sequence of edges? कहाँ लिखा है आपने?
Sir, I had written it in the previous page, sir. I didn't share that.
मन में लिख लिया है। वो that thing
Sir.
also be visible, वो उसको जो भी जरा शेयर करिए एक बार।
Okay, sir.
Where you have written all the edges in ascending sequence.
Sir, just a minute.
Although your answer is absolutely correct, there
Yes,
is
sir.
no problem. आपका आंसर बिल्कुल ठीक है। चलिए हर्ष गोविंद जी, ठीक है। अनमोल अमृत जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। हर्ष गोविंद जी, you share the graph 1 G1. You share the minimum cost spanning tree for graph G1.
Yes.
शेयर करिए।
हाँ, yes. So my screen is visible.
बाकी लोगों से पूछ लीजिए, हमारे स्क्रीन पे थोड़ा लेट से आ रहा है।
Visible है, sir.
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Ascending sequence of edges.
sir, this one, sir.
Ascending sequence of edges. कहाँ लिखा है आपने पहले?
Sir, first I connected B and C. Then in second I
आप जरा
connected B,
आप
C.
जरा शेयरिंग स्टॉप करिए, तो मैं शेयर करूं। You stop sharing, then let me share. आप समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं क्या मतलब था। चलिए, let me share. Now I have shared my screen. For this question you have constructed. So my screen is you see this screen, so just wait. What is this? V2, V3, V2, V3, weight is 5, V2, V4, weight is 6.
Ascending order, sir.
V2, V3, V4, weight is 10. V2, V6, weight is 11. V4, V6, weight is 14. V4, V2, V1, weight is 16. क्या है ये? What is this?
Sorted edges, ascending sequence of weights.
Ascending sequence of vertices.
So where is this part that you have drawn? कहाँ है ये part? मन में क्या है लग रहा है आपने?
हाँ सर, एक्चुअली हम डायरेक्ट ग्राफ बना दिए.
तभी आप जब आप मन में करेंगे तो मन के गति से जो है काम हो जाएगा. चलिए, so this is also very important thing. And from here you start. इसको देख करके आप एक्सप्लेन करिए तो आप कैसे बनेगा? हर्ष गोविंद जी, आप ये एक्सप्लेन करिए.
Yes sir. Sir, first the minimum age is 5, which is
V2,
which is
V3
about
taken.
V2 and V3. So we have
Then-
connected V2 and V3. Then second is 6, V2 and
V2,
V4.
V6 taken.
Yes sir.
Yeah.
Then third is
V4
V3 and V4.
What is the length?
10 sir. And then V2 and V6.
No, this V3, V4, its length is 10, but in the graph it is not drawn. क्यों नहीं ड्रा किया है?
Yes sir, because it is it sir क्योंकि उससे साइकिल बन जाता था इसलिए.
Yes, if you join V3, V4, this graph, this edge, then it is forming cycle. Since it is forming cycle, so we discarding. So this one we discarded. This one I am putting cross mark here. So then you will take
V2 and V6.
V2, V6 taken. Its length is 11. This is
11.
After that, V4, V6. So V4,
yes,
V6
sir.
should we take or we should not take?
No sir, we have to discard V4 to
So
V6.
V4, V6. If you take V4, V6, it is forming a cycle. So discard it.
Yes sir.
Now, what about V2, V1?
Yes sir. We will take V2 and V1.
So we have taken here V2, V1. Its length is 16, and screen size. Its length is 16, and the same is taken here. V2, V1, it is taken here. This one. And now after that you will take V4, V5. You see
V4
here in the graph. Next you will take V4, V5. V4, V5, its length is 18. So V4, V5, it is taken here. Its length is, this is V4, V5, its length is taken. And others are not required to take. You see, still nodes left, V5, V1. V1, V6. This is V1, V6. This one is V6. So you don't need to go for comparing with V5, V1 and V1, V6. Why you don't need to compare? Go for further comparison.
Sir, because we
Why
have to
this
take
is the
all
final?
the vertices.
Yeah, so this is step 3. Step 3, what we said, that if we include all the vertices, the time we find that all the vertices are included, at the same time we will declare. Exactly at the same time, we will declare that our minimum cost spanning tree is over. And you see, your minimum cost spanning tree is this one. You start with this is your minimum cost spanning tree. You constructed, देख लीजिए पहले किसको बनाया आपने, V2, V3. This is why when you start in whatever sequence you included the edges. V2, V3, then V2, V4, then V2, V6, then V2, V1, then finally V4, V5. So this is your minimum cost spanning tree. And its total cost is, what is the total cost? हर्ष गोविंद जी, total cost कितना आया? So its total cost equal to how much?
Sir, just a minute.
56.
So
Total
56.
cost is
56.
total
56.
cost is 56. So anyone who got answer other than this 56? Anyone who got any other answer? Husband, bring your hands down. Aditya Raj, your answer is 56 only. If you have odd roll number. रोल नंबर इनका 66 ये आपका तो odd नहीं है, ठीक है. रोल नंबर 13 ये 21. Ashish Kumar, your answer is 56 only or something else? Ashish Kumar है ही नहीं. चलिए, I think 56 is the correct answer. So first algorithm is the Kruskal's algorithm, and what is the second algorithm?
Sir,
Divya Patel?
Prim's
What
algorithm.
is the next? Prim's algorithm. So yeah, this algorithm also you have studied. Only आप लोगों ने
Yes, sir.
Prim's algorithm. So Divya Patel, आप बता दीजिए if you know. Divya Patel, if you are listening me, if I am audible to you, please tell me the steps of Prim's algorithm. चलिए, how many of you know Prim's algorithm? Just raise your hands.
Hello, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, I'm
So,
today.
what
Sorry,
are the
I'm facing a lot of issue in the network.
no
Not
problem? Same type of problem I am also facing in my computer. So maybe in this region today, due to cloudy weather, we have this type of problem. No problem. So if you can reply, then reply me. Otherwise, I will switch to other students. What are the steps of Prim's algorithm? From where should we start? In Kruskal's algorithm, we started by selecting the smallest edge. So in Prim's, from where should we start? Divya, if you know, then reply. If you don't know, then I may ask to somebody else. चलिए, हर्ष गोविंद जी, आप बताइए.
Hello, sir.
हाँ, बोलिए. दिव्या मैडम.
Sir, I can hear, sir. You were asking me the first step of Prim's algorithm.
I said that in the Kruskal's algorithm, we started by selecting smallest edge.
Yes, sir.
So from where should we start in Prim's algorithm?
Sir, in Prim's, we can go for randomly chosen any vertex.
So it means that you want to say that in step 1, first of all, we will select any vertex as the start vertex in Prim's algorithm.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So please remember, so step 1 will be in Prim's algorithm. Step 1 will be, you will select any vertex. I am not saying that this particular vertex. Any vertex of the graph may be selected as the start vertex. After that, what will we do, Divya Patak?
Sir, we can
So
go.
select a vertex as the start vertex. Then what should we do?
So we will connect that vertex with a new one, and from then we will start traversing with the minimum vertex until we find.
You see this graph. The screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Screen is visible to everyone. Did I share? Share कर दिया.
Yes, sir.
Just wait करिए. Let me see.
Yes, sir.
Wait करिए. Check कर लीजिए. Yeah, I have shared. Start. किसी वर्टेक्स को select करो.
Sir, one, age 1, B and C.
नहीं,
Sir.
वो A, B and C को नहीं. आपको smallest दिख रहा है तो वहाँ select करना है. Suppose करिए हमको largest दिख रहा है यहाँ पे. Suppose D is the smallest vertex. So as Divya Patel mentioned that, thank you Divya. So we may select any vertex as the start vertex. Now you tell that what should we do? Step 1 is select any vertex as the start vertex. That is step 1. And while selecting any vertex as start vertex, what I did, I selected vertex D as the start vertex.
So then we will choose
Now-
the
now-
minimum path.
After selecting D as the start vertex, can we construct minimum cost spanning tree, or it is not possible? Or it is
Yes,
impossible?
sir.
So D has how many paths?
Only one, sir.
Only one path, sir.
So it means from D, whatever are the outgoing paths, we will select the smallest one. And while selecting the outgoing paths from D or from the selected vertex or from the start vertex, we will ensure that it must not form a cycle.
Yes, sir.
ये तो सर मिनिमम कॉस्ट स्पैनिंग ट्री है, ये मिनिमम कॉस्ट स्पैनिंग ट्री है। चलिए इसको थोड़ा सा बढ़ा देते हैं। चलिए 6 ले लिया, इसको मान लीजिए फिर से 2 ले लिया। एक और यहाँ से लोड करें। इसको 7 ले लिया। So we started with D, we selected this as 5. Now Has Govindi, you arrived here. 2 cities you have covered. One is city D and other is city F. Now what should we, I'm going for double line. Everywhere single line is representing the graph and double line. Single blue line is representing the graph and double blue line or triple blue line is representing the selected edge. So D to F you have selected. Now what should we select? Let's go with D. We are at D and we are at F.
Sir, the next minimum edge connected to D and F, sir.
So next minimum edge connected to D is?
Sir, actually, your screen is appearing black, sir.
7, sir. 6, 6, sir.
6, sir.
Next, चलिए हम स्क्रीन बड़ा कर दें भैया. Next nearest edge to D is
6, sir.
F,
if you start from vertex
F,
D,
sir.
or you can start from F. So if you start from D, then next nearest vertex from D is 6.
F.
Yes, sir.
F वाले को तो आप select कर चुके हैं. One path you may not select more than one. Means from D there is no other path. So you will select F. From F you see, how many paths are there from F to others?
4,
4, sir.
4,
4
sir.
paths are there.
4.
F to C, F to B, F to A, F to E. So which one will you select and why?
E. E,
Sir.
sir.
This one, F to
F to E. So
F to C or F to E?
F to
F
E.
to E, sir.
F
Down.
to E I have selected. And when you selected, it means that your force is at 3 nodes. Your army is at node D, your army is at node F, and your army is at node E. And you will see that which army can move. Can the army force which is available at D, can it move? Move कर सकता है क्या?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Because there is
No.
no way. So now you have your army at D can move, your army at F can move, and your army at E can move. But whichever will have to travel minimum distance, that one will move. Which one should move? The army at node E should move, or army at node F should move?
Sir, army at
At
node
E, sir.
E should.
Why? Absolutely correct answer. Army at node F should not move because its traveling distance is 4 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers. Commander का आदेश है. Now the army at E, if it moves 2 kilometers, then it can capture city A. This is why the army at city E, the order will be given by commander to army at city E that please move. Now after moving 2 kilometers, the army at city E, they will capture city A, node A. Now you have captured node D, node F, node E, node A. Now how many nodes are still uncaptured? How many cities are uncaptured?
2, sir.
4, sir.
2, sir.
2.
Oh, sir.
And you see your army is at D, city D, your army is at city F, your army is at city E, and your army is at city A. City D army cannot move because there is no way. There is no other path. But city of army E, it was having only one path, it has moved there. So no further move by army of city E. Now either army of city F should move or army of city A should move. So which one should move and why?
A, sir.
C.
A
Army
will
at
move
city
to
A or
D.
army at city
Sir,
F?
army at A should.
A.
Army at A because it has to travel 3 kilometers.
Less.
3 kilometers.
And
Yes,
they
sir.
captured city B. So city B is captured. Now from this graph, from this country was having 6 cities and you have captured 5 cities. Now 1 city is left. So army of which node should be asked to capture?
B, sir.
Army of B, sir.
B for boy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Not,
Yes,
the,
sir.
not the army of city F.
No, sir.
Because if army
No,
of
sir.
city F moves, then they have to travel 4 kilometers. And if army of city B moves, then they have to travel just 1 kilometer. So the army of city B will move, and in this way, you have captured city. You have captured city C also. Now let us see what is your minimum cost spanning tree. I have gone for, let's go for triple lines. Let's go for triple line. Now your minimum cost spanning tree for this graph is obtained. What is your minimum cost spanning tree? And remember, this is your start vertex. So always you will write start on the start vertex. If you are using prim cell with thumb and you don't mention start word on the start vertex, then it will be correct. Because step 1 is you select any vertex as the start vertex. So, कोई एक बता दे कि what is Aditya Raj? What is the minimum cost spanning tree here? उसका नाम बता दीजिए और total length बताइए. How you got 12? Very good. 5 plus 2. 13 हो गया. फिर वेट बताइए. वेट बताइए. 5 plus 2 we have gone to A, plus 3 plus 1 plus nothing equal to how much? 5 plus 2 plus 2. Yeah, you see this one from E to A it is 2. So 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 कितना हो गया? भाई D to F is 5, F to E is 2, and A to B is 3. A to B is 3. इसलिए 2 नहीं होगा. 3 होगा. A to B its distance is 3. So 5 plus 2 7 plus 3 10 plus 1 11. So this is your minimum cost spanning tree. And which method you have followed? Which method have you followed this time? Aditya Raj ji, what is this method? इस मेथड का नाम क्या है? याद हो गया? हाँ? चलिए, this is enough for today. This is enough for today. Let me download your attendance, and then we will meet in the next class. So today we have completed Kruskal algorithm and Prim's algorithm. I have uploaded all the lecture notes that we have completed in the class till today. ठीक है, attendance downloaded. Thanks.